Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast, Season 3, Episode 1, recorded on the 8th of December 2023, released on the 1st of January 2024. Yeah, so actually this is the second time I've recorded that intro, because the first time I automatically went on autopilot and said Season 2. Obviously we're not in Season 2 anymore, are we? New year, new season. Season 3. So, yes, and lots of Season 2. I'm just going to do a bit of recap because this is a great starting on point for the podcast. Obviously, I'd love you to check the past over 200 episodes. That would be great. No, not 200 episodes. It's 200 videos. Because some of the episodes are split, like some of the earlier Modern Doctor 2 reviews were split across two. We'll be, since, as I was trying to say, it's a good start on point because I'm kind of going to recap what you've already done and look to the future. So, just to recap, so for towards the end of Season 2, so the last week of what I will refer to as proper episodes, I covered... What did I cover? So I reviewed Neighbours, episodes 37 to 40, I reviewed them. I read an extract from the Star Beast ebook. I revealed my plan for the final episodes of Season 2, which doesn't really matter anymore. I revealed the provisional, so subject to change plan for some of the Season 3 episodes. I did a Doctor Who news catch-up on the 30th of November of all the news of the 30th of November and 1st of December 2023. I reviewed episodes 41 and 42 of Neighbours, as well as 43 and 44. Then we had the Christmas special, and then we had Season 2 finale week. So I'm just going to do a quick overview of what Season 3 is going to look like. There's going to be a few differences. So it's still me. I'm still recording this. That's not going to change. Matthew will still be animated, and that's not going to change. I'm still going to be covering Doctor Who, Neighbours, Marvel, DC stuff, Star Wars maybe a bit as well, and maybe anything else you would want me to look at. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything else you want me to cover within the Everything Podcast Season 3. So that's not going to change. So that's what's going to stay the same. Also, it's going to be daily episodes like it was from the 31st of July 2023 onwards, so that's not going to change. What is going to change, though, is there's an exception, which I'll explain the exception in a minute. So we'll use Neighbours as an example, because Doctor 2 is a bit strange, or different, because it more impacts Neighbours than it does Doctor 2, really. So I would record like 4 reviews for one episode. Now, that would make that episode 20 plus minutes long, which means that I then have to go, well, what am I going to do for the other episodes? So what I'm going to do is we're going to be spreading stuff out. It's like what would take one episode in Season 2 is going to take 4 episodes in Season 3. Now, I explained that there would be an exception to the rule, so that will obviously also be true for Doctor 2, but Doctor 2 is a bit different because it releases weekly, so that's kind of how I was doing it anyway. But the only exception to the rule is the Doctor Who news catch-up episodes, which is kind of similar because instead of doing like a couple of days, 4 days, 5 days, 2 days, I'm going to be looking one day at a time. So yeah, that's kind of the main difference. And obviously, if you are a long-term watcher of the podcast, you would know that viewer, not watcher, viewer, that's what I meant, you would know that I don't know, whatever I was going to say, I've forgotten. It'll come back to me anyway while I'm talking about this other stuff. So yeah, oh yes, that was it. If you're a long-time viewer of the podcast, you will have seen that I have playlists for all the different stuff that I've covered. So in Season 2, as I've already mentioned, I covered Neighbours, Doctor Who, Marvel, DC, and we covered a bit of... And then we covered a few other bits and pieces. But yeah, so those, as in Season 2, are the main 4. But like I said, I'm open to covering what you want me to cover. As long as I can access it in the UK, and yeah, and it's not too time consuming, because obviously there needs to be an episode out every day, so I can't spend like a day watching four Mission Impossible films, for example. If you said, can you review Mission Impossible 6, 7, 8, I go, okay, it's an hour and a half, I might be able to do that, is an example. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the main differences. Oh yes, I've distracted myself twice now. Playlists, that's why. Now the Doctor Who one, you say Ben, there's no Doctor Who playlist. No, there was a Doctor Who playlist, but it's now titled Whoniverse, after what the intro is before every piece of Doctor Who related content is going forward. So yeah, that's what I've named it, just so it matches up, and because within Season 3 I'm going to be reviewing not only the brand new episodes, so we've still got reviews of Wild Blue Yonder to come, The Giggle, which are the second and third Doctor Who 6th anniversary specials. We've got the 2023 Christmas special titled The Church on Ruby Road, and we've got the entire 2024 season to review within Season 3 of the podcast. So what's that? That's 2, 3, 11 episodes of Doctor Who to review, plus I'll be reviewing all of Classic Who. Now, I'm going to explain this. Classic Who is from 1963 to 1989, plus the 1996 TV movie. Right, so Doctor Who started, as we know, on the 23rd of November 1963 and ran all the way, so I think it was around about, I think it was like the 25th of November 1989, when it was cancelled by the BBC for some reason. And then America went, well, there's no TV show, let's try and make a movie about it, starring Paul McGann, who is the 8th Doctor. So Classic Who stars the first 7 Doctors, so William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy. We've got the TV movie in 1996 starring Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor. And then I've already reviewed in Season 2, what I refer to as modern Doctor Who, which is from 2005 onwards, so the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th Doctors. I've reviewed all of their episodes, so that's Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi and Jodie Whittaker. I've done that, and obviously we've got the 14th and 15th Doctors. Well, in a couple of weeks time the 14th Doctor will be done, and when you're seeing this you'll have seen all of the 60th anniversary specials, and you will have seen the 2023 Christmas special starring Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th Doctor. Now, I'm recording this on the 8th of December 2023, as I said at the start of the episode, so I'm recording this before The Giggle has aired. So if you're going, Ben, why aren't you talking about this? I will get to it. I will get to it. It's all planned out. It's all sorted. I'm not going to miss anything, because, like, I covered... I don't know how many episodes of the daily episodes were just modern Doctor Who reviews, because I did it like that, but I've spread it out. So kind of what I've done, for example, is like after Doctor Who news catch up, it's not in the next week or so, and I'll explain that in a minute. It's after that, because like after the Doctor Who news catch ups, I'll be reviewing a classic Doctor Who story, and obviously we've got spin-offs. So we've got Torchwood, The Sarah Jane Adventures, and Class as well, which I'll be reviewing. Might get to that, we'll see. And obviously all the Big Finish stuff, which I've mentioned here and there, in bits and bobs during Season 2. So yeah, what I'm actually going to go through now is kind of what the plan is for the next couple of weeks. So the next episode Season 3 Episode 2 will be a Doctor Who news catch-up on everything on the 2nd of December 2023. Season 3, Episode 3, I will look at the Wild Blue Yonder trailer. Season 3, Episode 4, I'll review Wild Blue Yonder. Season 3, Episode 5, I will review the Wild Blue Yonder episode of Doctor Who Unleashed. Season 3, Episode 6, I will review the Wild Blue Yonder episode of the official Doctor Who podcast. Season 3, Episode 7, I'll review the behind the scenes YouTube video on Wild Blue Yonder. Then I will break down the trailer for The Giggle. And then we will look at David Tennant's tour of the new TARDIS. Doctor Who news catch up for everything on the 3rd of December 2023. Then, so now we're on Season 3, Episode 10. I'll review Episode 45 of Neighbours. And then we've got some more behind the scenes stuff. Doctor Who news catch up, so you can kind of see where this is going. And so Season 3, Episode 14, for example, I'll be reviewing the Daleks colorization. Now, the Daleks is the second ever story of Doctor Who, because in Classic Who, it was like 4 to 6 episodes would make up a story, whereas, in Modern Doctor Who, it's 1 or 2, isn't it, really? Minus Flux, but that was due to COVID-19. So we've got the Daleks colorization review coming up. Obviously, Neighbours reviews as well. We've got a review for Marco Polo, which is actually a missing Doctor Who story. But thanks to the new production team of Doctor Who and the Whoniverse in general, they've managed to put an audio version of that, which is available on BBC Sounds. So if you're in the UK, you can listen to that. Obviously, I'll be reviewing that. And then obviously more Neighbours, we've got more Doctor Who. And then we'll also be looking at all the news released in Doctor Who issue 598. And currently there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 episodes. So nearly 2 weeks on Doctor Who issue 598. And then that basically takes us through January. So I did say that the Google review would be coming in the next couple of weeks. I think currently it is scheduled for... Where is it scheduled for? Season 3, Episode 41. Due for release on the 10th of February. So I know it is a long way away, but I'm doing it this way so I make sure I don't miss anything. Because I don't want comments, Ben, you've missed this, Ben, you've missed this, Ben, you've missed this, Ben, you've missed this. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? So I'm taking my time, and it also means that I don't rush, because at various points, it was no one's fault apart from mine, that I rushed episodes because they needed to be done. And obviously, I do sleep, I do other things apart from the podcast. So that wasn't possible, but because I've got a bit of time, because I've finished uni for 2023. But actually, when you go back into New Year's Day, isn't it? So I'll be going back in a couple of days. I've got a bit of time, so I thought, right, I want to do it properly. So that's why they're smaller. They probably will be smaller. Some of them are, It's like with season 2, they'll be varying lengths slightly. There won't be any longer than 15-20 minute episodes, because it's they just won't be. That's what we've got to look forward to in season 3. So I hope that if you watched season 2 of the podcast, you've stayed around, which means that you must be enjoying what I'm doing. And if you haven't, let me know what you thought of the first episode of Season 3 of the Everything podcast. Remember, you can also like and subscribe. And that's it for the Everything podcast, Season 3, Episode 1.